You ever open your phone to check one quick thing, and then suddenly it's like an hour later, and you're watching raccoons wash grapes, deep in some stranger's vacation reel, and emotionally invested in a comment thread that started with, "No offense, but..." Yeah, been there. Here's the wild part. You're not the problem. Social media is literally designed to suck you in. It's not a lack of willpower, it's a business model. And the truth is, once you see how the trap works, you can actually get your time, your focus, and your peace of mind back. So today, I want to show you how to escape what I call the social media trap. Not by quitting cold turkey or throwing your phone in a lake, unless you're into that, but by taking back control in a way that's realistic, sustainable, and honestly, kind of life-changing. I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-part framework I use myself. I call it the Unplug and Upgrade Method. Here's what we'll go through. First, we're going to unmask the hook, that invisible force that keeps pulling you back into the scroll. Second, I'll show you how to redesign the habit loop so your phone stops feeling like it owns you. And third, we'll talk about how to reclaim real connection, the kind that actually fills you up, not just distracts you. And don't worry, this isn't about guilt, shame, or deleting everything forever. It's about freedom. So let's get into it. Let's start with the first piece, unmasking the hook. So why is it that we keep going back to social media even when we don't want to? I mean, how many times have you opened your phone, not even consciously, and just ended up scrolling? Here's why. Social media is built like a slot machine, literally. Every time you refresh your feed, when you pull to refresh and it spins, it's the same mechanism casinos use to keep people glued to slot machines. It's unpredictable. Sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's hilarious, sometimes it's drama. And your brain loves unpredictability. It gets a little dopamine hit every time you see something new or exciting. So it's not just you being distracted, it's your brain doing exactly what it was trained to do by the apps themselves. And once you realize that, something shifts. Because it's not just a lack of discipline, it's design. Here's a quick trick you can try. I call it the 2-touch rule. Move your social media apps off your home screen. Make it so that it takes at least 2 deliberate steps to get to them. You'd be surprised how often that extra friction makes you stop and think, wait, do I actually want to open this right now? Or am I just avoiding something else? All right. That brings us to the second part, redesigning the habit loop. So, here's how habits work, in super simple terms. There's a cue, something that triggers the behavior. Then there's the routine, what you do. And then there's the reward, what your brain gets out of it. Social media fits perfectly into this model. You feel bored or anxious? That's your cue. You open TikTok or Instagram. That's the routine. You get a funny video, a like, a notification. Boom. That's your reward. So instead of trying to eliminate the habit completely, let's redesign it. Start by noticing your cues. When do you reach for your phone? Is it when you're bored, waiting in line, avoiding an awkward silence? Next, mess with the routine. Add friction, log out, turn off notifications. Or like I said, bury the app a couple screens deep. And then, this is key, replace that routine with something else that still gives your brain a reward. For me, I keep a little list of what I call scroll swaps, things I can do when I catch myself reaching for my phone. Like, read 1 page of a book, step outside for some air, send a voice note to a friend, stretch for 30 seconds, or just sit there and stare at the ceiling and not be productive for a minute. It sounds simple, but that moment where you choose something else, that's where your power comes back. That's the moment you upgrade the habit. Okay, the third, and honestly, the most powerful part of this, reclaiming real connection. Because let's be real, most of us aren't scrolling just for fun, we're scrolling for something deeper. We want to feel connected, inspired, entertained, maybe even validated. But social media gives us a surface level version of that. And when it's over, we're often left feeling kind of empty, or worse, like we're behind or not enough. So instead of trying to fill that gap with more scrolling, what if we filled it with something real? Like texting a friend instead of liking their story, having an actual call, or, this one's wild, making plans to see someone face to face. You can also curate your feed. Seriously, unfollow anyone who makes you feel less than. You don't owe anyone your attention. Follow people who inspire you, who make you laugh, who remind you of who you really are. And maybe, just maybe, instead of only consuming, try creating. Post something real. Share a thought. Make something for you, not for the algorithm. The point here isn't to hate on social media. I mean, I'm literally here because of it. It can be awesome. It can connect people and amplify good ideas. But if you're not intentional, it starts running you. And you deserve better than that. You deserve a life that feels full, not just busy. So, quick recap. The Unplug and Upgrade method has 3 parts. Number 1, unmask the hook. Understand how the apps are designed to keep you scrolling and notice when that's happening. Number 2, redesign the habit loop. Make the apps harder to access and swap in new routines that actually support you. And number 3, reclaim real connection. Go deeper than the scroll. Reach out. Create. Be present in your actual life. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to quit everything cold turkey. Just start noticing. Start shifting. Start taking back little pieces of your time, your mind, your peace. And if you mess up, cool. That just means you're human. This is about awareness, not shame. If this helped you, or even just got you thinking differently about your habits, I'd love to know. What's one small change you're gonna try this week? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. And hey, if you want more stuff like this, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. I've got plenty more where this came from. Your life is way too beautiful to miss it from behind a screen. Let's be here for it. Together.